So to start off with these slimy worms, into a bowl I'm going to place in 2 cups of boiling hot water. And to that I'm going to add a packet of strawberry jelly. And then 3 packets of gelatine. Now these are 10 gram packets, so 3 packets, 30 grams. And just give it a good stir through until all the sugar and gelatin is nicely dissolved. Okay, once everything's completely dissolved, we're going to leave this for about half an hour just till it cools down to room temperature. Okay, next we're going to grab our straws. Now, it doesn't matter what colour straws are, it makes no difference. But the one thing that does matter is that it has these bendy bits here that extend. Just like that. So, what you want to do is grab all of your straws. There we go. And extend them all, okay? Now once you've extended all your straws, we're going to grab a rubber band. And we're just going to band these things up. Seal just like so, just so they're all together. Okay, so next grab a container, preferably as thin as you can get it. It's the thinnest one I've got. So we're going to stick them right in the middle, just like so. Okay, next just grabbing some thickened cream, about half a cup. Just going to pour that in. Then we're going to put in about 15 drops of green food colouring. And give it a good mix around just till it's completely combined. Roughly combined actually. It's enough, we don't want to overdo it. So next what we want to do is just put some of the mix into a pourable jar. And we're just going to pour it into our straws. Just like so. Now, we're going to leave it like that, so it's going to be about, say, that full. What we're going to do is we're going to place this into the freezer for about, say, 20 minutes, just till it starts to firm up, and then we'll fill up the rest of the straws. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because if we try to fill it up too far, we're going to waste most of it on the inside here, and not as much is going to be in the straws. This way we can rise it up higher with the straws. So place it in the freezer for about 20 minutes. Okay, so as you can see, it's all nice and set there, so it's not moving too much. So now it's just a simple matter of filling up the rest of the straws. Okay, so once you've filled up all your straws, we're going to place this in the fridge for a good 3 hours to completely set. Okay, so I've just taken these out of the fridge, and still got some stuff left on the outside. So just take that off. Okay, so now the best way to get these out that I've found is to put them under warm water for about 2 to 3 seconds. So warm to hot tap water, 2 to 3 seconds, then they should just slide right out. So I'll give that a go. Okay, so just as you can see, I've just put this under water, so just pinching the end here. We're just going to squeeze it down. Just so it comes out. And there we have that worm. Now, as you can see from one of these, well, they feel like worms too. They have those ridges there just like the worms, so we're going to keep on doing these until they're all done. Okay, and they're done. Look at those. They really do look like green worms. Especially with all these ridges here. They look fantastic. I'm telling you, this feels exactly like worms are in my fingers right now. This would definitely be a treat for any kid or adults alike. Now I'm not going to use anything fancy, we're just going to use standard packets of jelly or jello. So you can do them in any flavour that you like, any colour that you like. So just prepare them how the packet says. For this I'm using about 200 mils, 250 mils or 1 cup of boiling water. Just add the mix to it, give it a stir until the sugar is dissolved. And once the sugar is dissolved, we're going to add some cold water to cool it down, which is about 200 mils worth. And that'll also make it easier because I'm using plastic cups. If you're not using plastic cups, don't worry about it. But if you're using plastic cups, Just make sure the water is cooled down a bit, otherwise you could have a bit of a disaster on your hands. So I just have our cups here, so I'm just going to add just a little bit at a time. I'm just going to even it out between 6 plastic cups. You don't do too much, because it really depends on how many flavors that you're doing actually. If you're only doing a couple of flavors or colors, you can have it higher, but if the more you do, obviously, the less you want to add to each cup, so you've got room to add them all. And into the base of each cup, I'm just going to add in 1 gummy worm. Okay, so once you place your gummy worms in, we're going to place them in the fridge for about an hour to give them all a chance to set. And in that time, just simply make up another batch, and we're going to add a few more colors, as many colors as you like, until it's about halfway up the cup. Okay, so as you can see, I've already done the first couple of layers of our jelly mixture, and they're all completely set in the fridge. So we're going to get some more of our gummy worms, or in my case, as I'm using gummy snakes, because I can't seem to find the worms anywhere. Throw some more into our cups. So we're doing this at the halfway mark. Okay, so once you place some in the middle, we're then also going to place some so they're hanging over the side. Now once we've placed the rest of our gummy worms or gummy snakes in, we're going to add our next layer. For this one I'm doing like a strawberry flavoured. And this will help seal in our gummy worms and just stop them from moving around. And after an hour, I'm going to do our next layer, wait another hour of course, then our next layer, and we're just about done. Now I've finished all our layers and I've had it sitting in the fridge overnight, so it's all completely set. And as you can see, it is all wibbly and wobbly. Now I've left just a slight gap in the top. Now you can go 2 ways. You can use chocolate cookies that have been crushed up, and that'll represent the dirt that the worms are coming out of. But I'm going to mix it up a bit, and I'm just going to put on some chocolate sprinkles. And then we have some lovely rainbow gummy worm cups. So if you're using chocolate sprinkles or crushed up cookies on top, it kind of looks like the worms are coming out of the dirt, which is perfect for Halloween. Plus you have those multi-layers of different flavors of jelly or jello. So it not only looks colourful and fantastic, it's also going to taste fantastic too. So these rainbow cups are fantastic for the young and old alike. But the best part about these gummy worm rainbow cups is that they taste simply ghoulish. Now if you've never had a spider before, it is definitely one of the easiest yet tastiest dessert drinks you can make. So I'm just going to make my Halloween version that I make every year. So into a tall glass I'm going to place in 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, and then I'm going to slowly top it up with some lime soda. You can use lime or lemon lime, but you're after the green version. Next I'm just going to hang off some gummy worms or gummy snakes, whatever you can find. And of course our straw. And that's all there is to it. Making a spider drink is incredibly simple. There are many recipes, but by using the green juice and adding some gummy worms, it really does spruce it up for a Halloween themed drink. And the best part is, it takes less than a minute to make. But there's still one thing that stays true to this recipe, and that's that it tastes simply ghoulish. Now for our first flavour, we're going to start off with 3/4 cup of coconut milk. And we're going to follow that up with 1/4 cup of orange juice. Then just give it a quick mix to combine. And for these recipes, I'm using the FoodWorks Silicon Ice Pop Maker Molds. Now I was able to pick these up from Amazon for only $10.95 for all 6 of these silicone molds. I've been using them for a while now and absolutely love them. I'll leave a link down below in the description on where you can purchase your own, because this is just something you can use time and time again. So into our first mold, I'm going to pour in some blueberries, fresh or frozen, it's up to you depending on the season. Then as an added treat, just a couple of gummy worms. And then we're going to pour in our coconut and orange juice mixture. For our next flavour, I'm going to place in some sliced up mango. And again, a couple of gummy worms. And then we're going to top it off with some fresh orange juice. There's nothing better than mango and orange mixed together. This final one's very simple. I'm just going to use some pear nectar. This is a very simple one. Just place in some gummy worms. and just simply fill it up with your pear nectar. Once done, just simply place them into the fridge for a good 3 to 4 hours to completely set. And there we have some very delicious gummy worm fruit popsicles. Now they really are incredibly easy to make, and with these molds, they get even easier. Good for hot days, they're good for cold days, but no matter what day, they're still going to taste simply delish. Thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Dungeon. A list of ingredients are down below, as well as links to my Facebook, Twitter and Google Plus pages. Please show me the love by giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another ghoulish recipe.